let me make sure you guys can see everything here. Got everything connected. I'm going to set this here. Set the challenge with challenge and answer with answer, but I got to finish the command real quick. Challenge from YouTube or Twitch. And that will set the challenge. Oh, I gotta still make the challenge box. Okay. Alright, it's fine. Actions. Gonna make a trigger from command triggered. Command will be challenge. Okay. And then the sub actions will be to write out to a file. Write to a file. And what you write to the file is just the here's the file to write to. Challenge. I think it's called current challenge. Yep. Current challenge, sure. Yeah, we'll do the full thing. So we'll say user, username, and then we'll also say where you're from, which is I have that right here. Command source. Okay. And then the raw input. Okay. Then I just need to set up. I gotta do one thing. I gotta duplicate this little guy. Copy him. Paste him. I don't know. We'll put the challenge across the top, I guess. And the current challenge will be. Gotta go set it to the right file. Hold on. Ticker 2, huh? Properties will be that other file. Current challenge. Alright. So it's empty for right now. Maybe I'll just put that. Where do I want to put that? Huh. It worked, but hold on. I don't think I have the I don't think you don't have anything in there, so you got to do it. Bobby Inspector, how's it going? Yeah, we're gonna do some stuff here in a second. Oh, I need to put a timeout on that command. Hold on, otherwise you guys are just gonna be able to shoot that command off as fast as you want to change the challenge to whatever you want. Let's make a global cooldown of 30 seconds and a user cooldown of we'll go 120 and 120 because we need to have it up there for a little bit. Okay, so if that's all done, then all we actually need is I need to go grab some stuff. You guys can try that challenge with what you want to change the challenge question to. So the challenge would be something along the lines of, like, I don't know, what do you, I guess the challenge would be something like some kind of Linuxy challenge. And then the stream interaction will run the answer script. And we're going to take this, right? And we're going to copy my stream answers over to stream answers.orig. And we're going to try a couple of different answers from people. Or we're going to try a couple of different different ones from our different guys in the Discord. So we go pop over in the Discord, and we're going to go shamefully steal from the guys. No, they put these up. They wanted to test. We wanted to see whose bash script would work better for this. So I'm going to go grab them. We'll start with Inspector. So if we have this all right, which we do because it's me and my stuff's always right. I'm just kidding. What should happen is we should be able to stream watchers.sh, and we should be able to right now, if any of you guys throw out an answer, so an exclamation mark answer in the system. Yeah, Easy Money, how's it going for Bash? Nice. Yeah, so we have this whole workflow worked up, which I'm not going to go over right now. I'm actually just trying to see if we can get this working. But if any of you guys will do an answer, so answer, the command is Rocky, didn't work. So didn't find your command. Command is echo hello from Twitch. Okay, so that worked, right? One thing I noticed right off about this script is it is a little more quiet, which I kind of like that. I had put in my version a little more. In my version, I had put a little more of a. Inspector, you might have hit a local streamer timeout against that, so you might just do your command again because it may have been like you were within the 5 seconds, you know, like for each user rather. I had purposely put the command like construction. I can add that though real quick to this script just so you guys can see. Or I should be able to. Hold on. I'll let you guys try it again. You could do Calce. Quartz, you could do an echo Calce something something. You did put all that. Okay. Yeah, Inspector, I see that. You did put Inspector answered from Twitch, answered the command while do this sleep 1. Echo LFG. Is it going to send? Oh, did it work? What did we miss? Looks like there was a colon. Oh, yeah, you got to get that colon out of there. Because the colon will break the command. Oh, won't it? Should. Let's see. Now, so would somebody try... somebody, if you would, try to set the challenge to something else, like can you do the date and time? But the challenge can only change every so many seconds. I'm going to change that name. Yeah. Can you view the date and time? So I'm going to move that. Oh. There we go. I'm going to move that over because it looks like, depending on how long that is, that's going to slide off the screen. So that's a limitation of this thing. It looks like that thing's going to be jumping around. I'll have to figure out how to do that a little better. So can you view the date and time on a system? Command is date. Oh, a date with a escaped R, command not found. Is that James, if you want to do exclamation mark answer, it'll drop it in there. Yeah, so we got an error in our bash script. So this was a thing we knew might happen. So you hold on a second, guys. Let's VI our stream answers.sh. Yeah, what are these weird carriage returns doing here? It's dropping them in. Do we need to strip them off up here? Yeah, do we need to... I do like that you have the full command constructed here. I'm gonna save our current stream watchers to streamwatchers.challenger1 because that'll be, we'll call it Inspector because he's the one that did it. And then I'm gonna try the other one real quick, and just for fun, we're gonna drop the other one in, and we're gonna see. Hold on, this is the one that Colkiss wrote, so we're gonna try this one. Boom. Get it out of the way there. Boom. All right. So, clear the stream scripts and run it. Okay. So, no. So, James, you have to do exclamation mark the word answer and then whatever command you want. So, exclamation mark the word answer and then whatever you want. What? That doesn't look good. Rocky's down. So it looks like there's some other problems with this one. this one's generating. Yeah. So James, it'll look like this. Hold on. Hold on. I want to see this again. Hold on. Oh my gosh, that was funny. Uh, that is. Oh man. Now from Rocky 19, you couldn't ping Rocky 15. It wouldn't work, and then it is going to time out. Killed by signal 15. All right, so he had a time. So his timeout worked and the ping worked. But it did not. It didn't get mine. Hold on. Didn't get mine because when different ones catch at the same time, it won't take them. So mine should go through as answer date. I just want to see why mine's not going through. That's weird. Mine should for sure be going through over here on answer from YouTube. There's nothing stopping it. Where's the queue at? Stream answers, action history. Nope. Last one that came in was from Twitch. Oh, I must have been still on the cooldown. Okay. Well, I guess let me try answer date again. All right, I'm trying it over on the YouTube side. That should be coming through. Huh. That is not even coming through. We don't even see those answers. Stream answers. YouTube. Answer. I said answer date. Should have come through. Answer. Nope. Last one was Twitch. Oh, you know what? Hold on. There's a streamer bot problem. Hold on, guys. I gotta redo streamer bot. Hold on. So the problem with streamer bot is this. Hold on. Let me rerun him. I gotta start him up again. He gets over the time limit. Or he gets over the data limit on Twitch, or on YouTube rather. He doesn't ever do it on Twitch. He only does it on YouTube. All right. Let's get chat out of the way. Commands, actions, queues, action queues. Okay. If somebody from motherfucker, come on. All right. There's no action history yet. We should see action history as we go. Also, over here, we should now see the right messages. So I meant to have it over here. Also showing us stream answers. So here's stream answers. We don't want failed. Come on. I need to save this as its own dashboard. But anyways, yeah, here's our answers. And then now I should be able to do answer date over on the YouTube side. And that should come through. There we go. All right. So I think this one needs work too. I'm going to go back to my streamanswers.orig and let's see if mine's working. Bogan, can you try yours again, if you don't mind? There it is. All right, date. And then that gave the date from Rocky 16. Okay, and then also that'll come up over here on the right. Yep. So there we go. There's our thing. And then you guys can change every 2 minutes. Somebody can change the challenge if you want. I think I need to move the challenge over to the right just in case though, because I think that that's going to change size based on the name of the person and the size of the the thing that they input. So I'm going to move that over again. So, does anybody want to change the challenge? And then also, again, you guys will see those coming through over here on the right as people are answering the questions. So they'll be here. You'll see them coming in every 10 seconds. They can update over here. You can see our different commands. What thing was sent into the system, what kind of thing was happening on. So the change of view memory type. Can we view the memory type of this system? What's the command for that? Also, guys, I found a new game that's pretty fun. It's more of a tower defense game, so those tend to piss me off quicker than others. Here, actually, you know what? Hold on, I can turn off that, turn on that. Waiting right now for the wife to get home, anyways. So yeah, I can hang out. I can be on stream a little bit. Gotta fix that though. That one thing there. All right, better. All right, yeah, you guys can answer questions. Challenge. So challenge can only change every 2 minutes. So if you guys, if somebody does it too quick, it won't change that. That's like on a 2-minute timeout. But can you guys show what the thing is? Twisted Timster? Yeah. Thanks for coming by. Are you I don't know if you're around. Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm like looking at like 10 other things. I'm gonna run a command then. Let's see. Answer over on the Twitch or on the YouTube side. What am I gonna do? I'm curious if mine will work. What kind of info can I see there about the memory? I see a lot of info about the memory, but can I see the memory type? I see a lot of info about it. I can see that we're running RAM disk. That is true because we are running RAM disk. All right. What else? Probably have it on there. Core wired. You can try it. Challenge, show me your block devices. So now you guys can change the challenge to show me your block devices. And part of this, guys, part of the fun of this that I thought, well, the reasons that I thought that this would be kind of fun would be if I were to run, like, let's say I have 70 labs now, and of those 70, like 36 are Linux, and then, you know, some number of 20 is Ansible. And I was going to do, LS show not there. Yeah. I thought I had, yeah, you're probably right. I can go put on all those boxes real quick though if we wanted to, but yeah, I thought I put that on the Rocky box, but maybe not. But anyways, what I wanted to do was I had thought about, like, I was like, how can I have this stream get more people to come down to our Discord and hang out, make more friends for us when we're not here, basically. And the thought that I had was to basically just run all my videos, right? Probably just run my videos like on probably right above me here. And then on the left would be you guys dropping in answers and also changing the challenge if you wanted to while you were kind of hanging out. But then what I wanted to do too, and this was something that I thought would be really good, would be anybody could ask a question, and then I could use this. I got within that tool, I can use a webhook. I can have that question go drop into our Discord. And then you could jump down in the Discord, and even if I'm asleep, the guys that are like over in Japan and in India and because we got a pretty big server with people from all over, people could be answering that stuff in real time if they wanted to. Yeah, so what are our block devices? What did you guys get? Somebody had DMID code -T memory. That showed, yeah, error correction type, multi-bit ECC. That is a type of memory. There you go. Because we are using like Dell R720s. In fact, I don't even know exactly, I haven't looked at my hardware in a while. I don't know exactly where this is even set over on the system. Why didn't LS block work? Oh, I think my node's down. Hold on. I think I think I saw earlier that Rocky 15 was down. Is he not? Is he not playing nice? Oh yeah, he's down. He's down hard. So let's force reboot on him. I think he's hard down, and I'm gonna have to rebuild him real quick. So I might show you guys something about building my nodes real quick. When they're all the way as far as they can be hard down, we're gonna copy his MAC address for his lab internal, and we may end up dropping a new box in his place. He may be dead forever. Sometimes our servers are dead forever when we're working on them, but that's not that big a deal. 15 only comes up one in 5 rolls, so you guys should be able to do that command again. Yeah, I use Rocky. I use a tool, Bogan. I use a tool, yeah. So my wife just flew back from Philadelphia, so she was in Philadelphia. Actually, she flew into Baltimore, did all that area, and then came back to Baltimore and flew back yesterday. So she was doing all that. Okay, box is dead. Okay, let's turn him off. Here we're gonna go. We're gonna force him shut down. He's down hard. We're gonna turn him off. There's 2 ways I could have gotten his MAC address. I just grabbed his MAC address so I have it. But if I didn't have it, I know where to go get it out of the Werewolf node. Do you guys want to see how Werewolf holds nodes? Is that interesting to you guys? I need to do a whole thing one of these days on Werewolf for you guys. It would probably be like a 40, 50 hour course if people want to do it. Because there's so much to Werewolf. But let's go here. www.ctl node list -a. We're going to take Rocky 15. And if I didn't know his MAC address, it's right here. But it's right there, so I had it copied, but there's his MAC address right there. So now watch this. We're going to pull this up. We're going to build him. He's down. He's hard down. He's busted, guys. We're going to when we have a busted node, we just pull the node out and say, "Hey, thanks for your service," and we chuck him out. It's like, anybody here ever seen, I just rewatched all the Iron Man movies. Do you remember Iron Man 2 where he's like going through those cores and he's like pulling them out of his heart and they're just fucking melted and corroded and he just like throws them away? That's what's happening to this node basically. So we're going to come down here and we're going to go to our Rocky template and we're going to create him. We'll do the full thing from Rocky template. He's going to be called Rocky 15. All of that stuff's empty. Don't care. Yep. It'll be on this server. He's got plenty of room. 2 and 4. Yep. That's what they are. GPUs don't matter. Networking. Storage. He's going to have the extra storage because he needs that. Networking. We're going to edit this and we're going to change his MAC to be his previous MAC. Yep. Yep. Finish. Create now. When he comes up here in a second, so when Rocky 15 pops up right here, they're in alphabetical order, we're going to watch him boot for the first time, and he's going to go take all of his information. He's going to go take all his information in real time right here. So watch, you're going to see him pull his information from Werewolf as he iPixie boots onto the network. This is one of the reasons Werewolf's so powerful. I could take a piece of hardware. I could take like a couple $100,000 piece of hardware out of the data center to go just put a new one in, send that one off to Dell, boot up on the new one like that. Now, in that case, I would change the IP address because the NIC, or the MAC address because the NIC is base. Everything else would stay the same, but the MAC would have to change here. Since I'm doing a virtual machine, the MAC can change on the virtual machine. You know, that's the easier way to do it. All right, let's watch him boot. Console, boot. He's iPixieing. He's coming up. He doesn't know who he is. He's going to DHCP. And in about 3 seconds right here, he's going to find out that he is Rocky 5. Or Rocky 15. Not Rocky 5, Rocky 15. Over here, Rocky 15 pulled his information and booted. And here in a few seconds, we'll have that node back ready for you guys to hit as all the other nodes. The other nodes look like they're also up. So, yeah. So they're good. He's just, oh. I probably should change. Can I change his name while he's live? Lowercase r. Why did I name him capital R? I don't know. All right. He's pulling down his kernel and his init RAM FS. He's going to boot. He'll be ready in about, I don't know. It takes about 180 seconds total boot from the time he starts till he comes up, like when we normally reboot him. Yeah, the Ghost of Rocky 15. You guys should be able to hit the command if you wanted to do any answer. What's our thing right now? Show me all your block devices. What are all the block devices on here? Can somebody do the ls block again? Because if you do the ls block command again, and this goes, by the way, on Twitch or YouTube side, It'll come up with Rocky 10 is also. Oh, he's been rebuilt recently. Answer LS block. There's our block devices on Rocky 18. Let me go check. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably rebuilt. Oh, jeez. Look at this. What kind of amateur hour am I running here? I'm a Linux guy, man. I always lowercase everything. I don't know why I was typing capital there. I was probably talking to somebody or doing something. But yeah. Easy money. I've tried to do a lot of networking up in our Discord, and I just don't get any traction, man. I'll send things and I'll have little challenges and stuff, and I just feel like people aren't super. I don't want to say not super interested. I just, I think if they're going to spend their time doing anything, it's going to be more Linux. I've tried to I have little challenges and stuff on the networking side, and I don't think I've ever had a response to one of them. I drop them up in the networking topics. Let's go look. Let's make sure I'm not lying to anybody. When's the last time I did one? Probably about a month ago. I just write these little networking challenges, and I'm like, go read this, look at this, and discuss. And yeah, this was the last one. And then I said, do a thread, and there's nobody in the thread, just me. And I did. This was the third one, and then I gave up. So I had a few of them before. So this was apply top-down rule. No, that's something else. I don't know what I was even thinking there. This one was read pages 29 to 33 of the book. That's the Red Books by IBM. Excellent book. Can you identify the components of an Ethernet frame? And then I give you an image of my Wireshark, which you guys can download Wireshark and play with that all you want. And then I ask some questions. Can you identify, use this site to look up the MAC address, and then what type of device are we looking at? What's the MAC address? What's the broadcast for a MAC address? These are things you just need to know if you're going to be down. If you're going to be down on that, yeah. Well, the 24. If you don't know, I started out as a network engineer. I started out network admin, network engineer, did firewalls, did wireless for a big school district. So I got, even though I wasn't getting paid a whole lot, I got a lot of experience with PIX firewalls and the old PIX ASA, and PIX. What was before Aeronet? Whatever I think it was even before Aeronet wireless access points. So guys, what I could do, this would be kind of fun. Every time we get a command from somebody that shows the challenge there, see how the middle, right about there's the challenge. We could put I think I could build a little timer that would just time down from 120, and then you guys could set the new challenge again if you wanted. So anybody, it's been more than 2 minutes, you guys could reset the challenge if you want. So you just do !challenge on either side, and then you just ask whatever you want people to try. And then you guys can do !answer, and you can answer, and it'll drop up here in Linux, and we'll see if we know what we're talking about or not. So, oh yeah, Austin, yeah, Rocky 15 led a good life. So did Rocky 10. Rocky 15 had been with us a long time. I don't remember ever working on that node. I've reset 5 a few times, 10 a few times. Poor nodes, pobre nodes. They did not deserve that. Challenge. What's the public IP address? Actually, if you guys don't know, that is a good one. But if you guys don't know, how do you find my public IP address? It's documented everywhere. My public IP address is what we use for the Prolog Labs. So people that know that know how to hit my systems. But yeah. What's our public IP address on the system? That's a good one. That's a good one to try. Does anybody know how to do that from a Linux box? That's a good little challenge. I'm going to turn off my camera for 1 second. I'm going to go grab some water real quick. I'll be right back. Can you find the public IP address? And could you make it with the answer run in a Linux box? Somebody get it. All right, I'll be right back. I don't mind if you guys know my public IP, by the way. Did anybody get it? I see some LSBLK still. Did anybody get? Oh, the curl. The problem, Boganex, is the yeah. The problem is you can't get that to come through unless the only people that get away with it are guys like Inspector, who's one of my VIPs. Check Amazon. Nope. Yeah, VIP guys can get through. Did it? Inspector, looked like yours just timed out. What the hell is... Oh, no, that's right. 98, 177, 160, 217. Okay. Yeah, you got one back. Somebody reversed that. Go DNS, look that up. Can you guys do that from the system? So there it is right there. 98.177.160.217. But can you... Yeah, this curl S would have taken away the... Yeah. Can you guys take that and push that into a... Can you look that up? What does that look like? What do you guys got? Also, it's been after... I have to set a timer. Let me see if I can build a little timer that'll show up. I gotta probably go look at this on the other screen real quick because I gotta find where a timer would be. You know what? Actually, you know what I should do? This is what I should do. Oh no. There we go. What I should do is I should have... So see where it says set the challenge with challenge and then answer with answer? What I should do is break those out and set the challenge with challenge should go away for the time of the challenge and just say answer with answer, and then maybe set the challenge with challenge will come back. It'll show back up when it's time to set the challenge again. So did anybody find the... So if you have that, you should... Whoops. You should be able to dig that. I've never even seen drill. Hold on. That should give you guys... I don't know if who is, huh? And let's look up. Yeah, well. So it'll find that, which is good, and that is more information, but that's not, it's interesting, that's not mapping back to what, well, I mean, I guess you could have any number of domain names pointing to that. But the domain name prolog.asuscom.com does point to our system. That's a dynamic DNS, a DDNS for you guys, and that always points back. That can be found. If anybody's like, oh, where would you find that? If you go to like our LAC course, which is right here, and you were like, how do you get into the Prolog labs, right? Like if you were like, hey, I want to do the course and then I don't remember the labs, I have streamer@prologasuscom.com, and that would always resolve as well to us. Streamer1 or Hammer1, or is the user MC Hammer? I think the user's MC Hammer, because you guys wanted me to call it MC Hammer, so I did it. So there you go. Quit Boganex to the look up. Yeah, it's gonna strip out for most of you guys. It's gonna strip stuff out. Inspector's just flexing on his diamond, his little VIP diamond. Says that he can do whatever he wants in stream. So you got to kill a couple people for that one. That one, I don't think I've set or changed a VIP in like over 2 years. It's been a long time since I've set. It's just, I mean, it's just because like, I don't want to say I just haven't cared. there were so many things I thought mattered early on in streaming that I just like, in the simplest way I can put it, I just don't give a shit anymore, man. Like, I used to think like everything had to be right and my lighting had to be right and people cared about the green screen. People don't even care about the green screen. I can just have a big mess behind me. Like, one of the most popular streamers on Twitch just has a fucking mess behind him, and I'm like, are you, like, I look at the guy and I'm like, are you living like in an attic of like a home? Like, do you live in the like literal attic of a home? It's what's that guy's name? He's the guy that like never looks like he's ever, like, it looks like him and water always have a barrier about this far apart from each other. I forget what that guy's name is, but yeah. Yeah, I can go blind to get it. What's that guy's name? He kind of looks like a rat. I'm not even trying to talk shit because like I don't care about the politics, but the guy just, man, he's fucking like one of the most popular dudes on Twitch, and he just fucking looks like water's never touched his skin. Oh, Velas, yeah, but he was on earlier. He's got like 70K people watching him while he's just like watching his Twitch or his X feed or whatever, or Twitter feed or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know what. No, that's not QC. He's got a longer name. He got into it with some people. I think that's his name. Asmongold. Is that his name? Yeah. He's like got a long, yeah, like, yeah. And I don't care nothing about, again, nobody on here is people to me. Like, I don't know if you guys know that. Like, nobody that ever got any notoriety through streaming is ever going to be a person to me. But, oh, whatever. I don't care about none of that stuff. But anyways, all right. So you guys can change the challenge whenever you want. What's the public IP? We found it, and we found other ways to find it too if we need it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Man, I'm just like, I'm not even trying to talk. Like, I don't care about any of the stuff I've seen in the news. I'm just saying, like, I saw this guy earlier. He happened to be, because I don't follow him, so he was like one of the things it was recommending. I'm like, this guy's got like 60 or 70,000 fucking people watching him right now. He's not listening to music. He's not like, I mean, just like none of the stuff that I thought mattered. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I, at the risk of sounding like a Chad, I feel like things have to have a contribution to this world, and I don't think talking is one of those. Like, but that's just me. I also don't value like news in any way either, I guess, in that same respect. But, or I don't think it brings any value, but I don't know. What's our challenge at? Show me which directory has the largest space used. Okay, I gotta fix that, by the way, because it's gonna go. I feel like that thing's gonna resize every time it goes. So let me see if I can fix this. I wonder if I can set. I might have to set like a limit on how this thing moves. Ah, maybe I can lock it. Maybe locking it will cause it to. No, that might not work. We'll see here. Hold on. Uppercase, vertical, enable anti-aliasing. We'll leave it. We'll leave it like that. We'll see if that doesn't move anymore at least. Then we'll go from there. All right. By the way, guys, I taught a college class a little while ago, and then I'm just waiting for the wife to get home. College class was on, it was on networking, but it was like Cisco devices. So it was like setting up like 3 or 4 Cisco devices, making them talk to each other, making sure the network was good. Oh, there's a good one. DU-H sort. Okay. If you use DU-H, that may only be from your local directory, so you might have to do it from the root of the file system. So, maybe. DNF install ncdu. Okay. You need you'd need a -y on that. But the problem is you might not make it back to the same node, so you'd have to do it on all the different. There's 5 boxes this can run against: 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 Rocky nodes. So. CoreWired said, there you go. DU max depth on that sort. Now, are those local? Does this tell us if they're local or not? Because those, I can tell you slash. That's pretty big. And then lab work. Lab work is an NFS share. So that's kind of, and as is home and opt. So it's kind of interesting. Get the most. Wait. Oh, King Buns, you got to put exclamation mark in front of challenge. Get the most used command in your command history. Find where the executable is stored and delete the. You guys could do that. I just have to reboot these nodes eventually. Yeah, I think NCDU, some of you guys have shown me that before. That's interactive, isn't it? Pretty sure I've installed that before or something like that. What else we got here? That's a pretty good command. DU-H, max depth of 1. Can we make it ignore, can we make DU ignore network shares? Because some of these are definitely network. And how would we do that? You need to exclude proc. Yeah, excluding proc would be good too. But if you guys want to change the challenge, it'll be every 2 minutes it'll let you change that challenge. DU-HX. Okay. I still think that's relative to where you're at. Also, I think I set my timeout back to 5 seconds on this, so give me 1 second here. Let's VI this file real quick. I think no, the timeout's 10. The timeout's 10. Okay, so you guys still have time to run it. Okay. Yeah, do a find and then max depth and then not path proc. Yeah. That would work. Yeah. There's some pretty good things here. Also, if I were going to do this this one, I would want, I think people would want me to leave my closed captioning up. So I might have to move those somewhere where they're not in the way of like closed captioning. So I could put them at the top of the terminal and then just have the terminal wipe every few seconds if I wanted to. That would work. At least it would clean up. Nobody sent a command. Nobody's changed it for a while either. I'm curious if I have a feeling that's not going to lock. But I have it set to lock, so the challenge line shouldn't get bigger or smaller. But I have a feeling that it's still going to. I think that the method by which I have that coming out is not great yet. NCDU still not found. Yeah. And by the way, I think you guys noticed it's coming up over here on the right. So the commands that we're doing they're all saved inside of our prom tail, right? Twisted Seed, thanks for the prime. You know, you guys can use those anywhere. So it's kind of nice that you use it here. Never X and NCDU. We can go look at it real quick here. We'll go pop in one of those nodes. Watch, we'll go pop over here real quick. DNF install NCDU. Let's just go look at it real quick. While we're waiting for more answers to come in. Because we can always jump back. That screen's going to keep running. This is going to keep running over, like right above me too. So things are going to keep running no matter what we do. All right, NCDU-X. So that's where our space is used. Oh, I got an 8 gig. Yeah, I got an 8 gig thing in repos and patching for the security course. So yeah. So that's where all of our storage is. So if anybody's got anything they want to send in, any challenges, you guys can change the challenge too now. Every 2 minutes that thing can change. It's just us testing what we think. Ed, not found. Yeah, these are pretty lean. These Rocky boxes come from over here on the Werewolf Node Images. So I take a very stripped down default. Here's their very stripped down ones that I use, and then I update them and move them forward. In fact, one of the things that I need to do, let me send this to you guys that want it. One of the things that I need to do is update. We've only been using Rocky Linux, but we had talked about either adding some Debian or Leap or Tumbleweed. We could put Alma Linux on there if we wanted. It's not too much work to. It's not really, the container work itself is very lightweight. It's very easy to do container work on these systems. So not difficult at all. What else? What other ways would you guys check? Huh. Too big to fail. You didn't give me. You gave me challenge, but you didn't give me. You have to. I need some kind of like what the challenge is. Find all the discs. Eat a stack of pancakes without taking a breath. Oh, that one, and then there's a 2-minute timeout, so we gotta wait. We gotta twiddle our thumbs for another minute or so. Yeah, so too big to fail. You gotta give the challenge, and then you have to say what the challenge is. Yes, yeah. So that just gave your name and where the command came from, Twitch or YouTube, and then yeah, that's all it showed. If anybody's on YouTube and wants to set it too, but if BoganX gets the challenge back, that's funny. I think every time I turn around, I switch his name up. But anyways, yeah, you guys can set those. What do I have? So for me, by the way, I have to. Where's this PSC thing? No, this is an issues one. Hold on, PSC. Go look at the intro. Again, I look at this so much, I don't know why it doesn't show up as a more common thing. But anyways, we just finished Unit 7 monitoring and alerting. I still have to record that for you guys, by the way. We did it on Saturday night, but I didn't record it. And then the next one's going to be Unit 8 configuration, drift, and remediation. That's going to be this next one. We're going to be doing kind of my... I don't want to say my bread and butter, but I'd say the last 15 years, a huge part of what I've been doing is making sure that servers are the same, keeping a baseline, building to a baseline, being able to rapidly deploy servers again to a baseline. That's been kind of, I don't want to say like a hallmark, but that's been a big part of my career the last 15 years or so. Code Reader said, what report would you recommend giving a CEO on a monthly basis, or would you recommend giving one at all? I wouldn't talk to a CEO at all unless I had to. Like, it's just, I'm an engineer and I do not do manager speak well. I will give like exact numbers, and I will give like, I don't like sugarcoat things. I'm not good at that. I never have been. I'm very good at being like technically accurate, and I don't think most CEOs want to see that. Now, that being said, I have had to answer in my career directly to a CISO, right, Chief Information Security Officer, because they fired my manager and the manager above me, so I had to answer directly to him. And that was when I was doing red teaming. And that in that case, it's almost just like you just give them the high level, like what are we doing, like what's going on. I actually used to build a bunch of. Let me see what the wife's saying. Hold on. My team used to build dashboards. I used to maintain the web application firewall and then run all the technical activities. And then, again, as the tech lead, but I ended up having to kind of be a manager for like a little bit. And that wasn't great. But yeah, managers tend to want things in like, 30, 60, 90-day blocks. They want things aggregated up. They want this. And where's this at? Hold on. I got a presentation that I set up for you guys a while back. See if I can find it real quick. Uh-oh. Wife's calling me. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, wifey, I'm All right, I'm back. You guys should be able to hear me again. Maybe you guys could hear me the whole time. I don't know. Hold on. Where's this thing at? It was a presentation of some type I was doing for you guys. I thought I called it Prologue, but apparently it's not Prologue. Yeah, I don't see it. Anyways, yeah, the point is code. I would probably give them aggregate stuff. Let them know if there's anything predicted. Adaverky said you dreamed about a dog that looks suspiciously like Ranger. That is funny. Also, Ranger's still kicking. Ranger's still alive down there. Got his toys all strewn about everywhere, but yeah, he's still kicking down there. What's our question right now? How many users have a local shell? So Etsy password grep bin bash. That'll do it. You guys can also take off the word count and see them if you needed to. Yeah, Ranger's doing good. Ranger's kicking. Look at him. Well, he's not actually kicking. He's barely moving, but he's still moving. He's still moving around. My command might look like something like this. Answer. See if that works. I might do something like that. And then I can count them. Or not count them. It's up to you, right? If I want to count them or not. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I wonder. Oh, yeah, it was 9. It was the same as the other one. But if they had been different, we could wonder why, right? Well, one, he hit 18 and I hit 17. So it could have been that. But also, those boxes have Werewolf running as a client on them that keeps those things in sync, so that would have been weird, but it is 9 and 9, so that's fine. But there's actually there's actually a Stig finding. If you ever have root in your Etsy Pass WD more than once, that's a finding. And we have 1 commented out, and then 2, 1 is coming in from the script, and 1 of them is coming in from the actual Etsy Pass WD that's being shared by Werewolf, the server. So that's a bug that we would want to remove. Otherwise, our nodes would have a hard time being in that kind of Stig compliance. Oh, why does MySQL have a bash? Whew, that is weird. Who knows why? That's a thing. Who knows why? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with using cat. Sometimes there was an effort a while back to have us stop abusing cat. But we mostly just do, I'll grep without it sometimes. Sometimes I do it. It depends on. If it's starting the command off, I normally cat it, so I'm kind of catching it. But it's the same as a grep. I mean, yeah, you could save yourself. And I know guys who, they really care about saving themselves 4 keystrokes on literally everything. And I'm like, well, okay, so I go to lunch a quarter of a second slower than you. I'm sorry. We're probably riding to lunch in the same car, so it's probably not that big of a deal. Trevor, how's it going? Working on the sec course. Nice. How's that going? Are you on the labs right now, Trevor? I know the labs have been getting longer and more complex with more branching that causes more possibilities for people to fail. Some of my early labs are just like, go here, do this, hit this button, hit that, and it works. But then some of these later labs, I have to have you like pull values and put them in and take a token and put the token back in. And I know that somebody's going to get lost doing that. Somebody's never going to come back from that without like 4 of us to sit over their shoulders and help them. And that just happens. I mean, sometimes you just get stuck somewhere, right? I actually have one I got to go get working, which is an alert manager. That one's been sticking me for like the last few days, and I just haven't gotten back around to looking at it. So, interactive use of cat IDC script straight to jail. Core-wired, the way that I actually jail users, when I jail users, I drop them into a Bastion script. So, if we go over here, let me go here. And then in here, right, if we go to Etsy and we cat pass WD out of here, and then you see these guys all have this bin Bastion. The streamer one has this bin Bastion. And you're like, what the hell is that bin Bastion doing? So you CD into bin, CD up into bin, and then you look at that Bastion.sh that's active right now, and he's just locked into a shell that only gives them the ability to do these things or get kicked out. No matter what they do, they either, so they have 10 seconds. I give them 10 seconds. They either go to the Rocky 1 to 15 node. Oh, do I give them 15? Oh, well, I better go fix my code. So 15 is, all right, whatever. The 15. I thought I only gave them down to 14. I guess that was me. 15's an overlap then between my 2 nodes, which is kind of funny. Yeah. So yeah, I use chroot jail. And then, yeah, I jail them right out of SSH as they come in. Where are we at here? Hold on. We can stop that. Here. If you guys have any questions or want to drop anything in, you guys can, both the challenge can be set right now and the answers can be sent in. So they'll drop over here if you drop any answers in. So anybody that got here late. Have Miss Writer's Room another meeting. Yeah, Trevor, that's fine. I think people, I mean, you started it all off, so you just get in when you can. Haven't started week 7 yet. Just been doing readings for the discussion posts. Yeah. There's a lot of reading to do, a lot of that kind of stuff. And I need to record that still too. So that'll be. Oh, who knows when I'm going to record that? Tomorrow night I got a college class I'm teaching. Yeah. We should. I should get you. But Trevor, I should get you in there, or I should get it recorded for you guys soon, so that it's at least done. And then this week I'm hard focusing on the next part, which I hope is pretty fun. And again, being fun is less important than being useful, but configuration drift and remediation is a big part of keeping your systems all the same. And I'm going to start that one simple. Like, how do we keep things the same? How does a hash actually help you keep 2 things the same? Like what's the thing about that? And then we're going to talk about early, like, Tripwire, and then Tripwire doesn't really exist anymore, but AID does. And AID is like watching, it's got a database of all the hashes of all the stuff in your system. And that's different than like a file integrity checker, because a file integrity checker is making sure that the file system level stuff is good. Whereas this is just making sure that things aren't changed through normal file system processes, right? Like somebody's touching a file, modifying it. You can even go down to if somebody touches a file. Not even if they modify it, just the access time. Accessing a file can trigger. And then that starts to get into like some of this HIPAA stuff where you have to you even have to keep track of when people touch files, which is kind of wild. You call it chroot. Yeah, I've always called it chroot. I never get hung up on stuff like that. If it's chroot is fine. But yeah, it's whatever. I mean, I don't care. Like as long as it works, it works. But yeah, I've been jailing stuff for the government for a long time, so I probably have. If I had to guess, I probably have like over. For sure, over 100 systems that are still behind my jails, like that I've built the bastions for and stuff. Chroot. Oh, that's even Charut is on. Oh man, we actually listened to some. That's Cake, right? Well, I think the file. I think the song was around before that, but I think me and the wife listened to the Cake version of "I Will Survive" last night. I was playing old songs for her while she's sitting, because my wife sits like in my office now, in my new office. My wife sits right on the other side of my desk. I've showed you guys pictures of it. So yeah. So we don't need no water. Yeah. Cake did. Cake had this really dry delivery type. It's kind of like the musical version of oh, what was his name? I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. A real dry comedian that he's talking about, like, somebody hands me a pamphlet. It's like you saying, "Hey, you throw this away." Oh, what was his name? He always sat under his sunglasses and always had his hair in his face. Yeah. What was his name? God, I love that guy. He was great. Some of his stuff was really funny. He's like, I had to. He goes, I bought a donut and they gave me a receipt, and I thought, why could we? Mitch Hedberg, that's exactly his name. Yeah. Why would we ever need to bring paper and ink into this equation? What? Yeah. I love rice. It's really good when you want to have like 5,000 of something. Yeah. Trevor said the Cake album of Fashion Nugget was sick. Nice. I couldn't tell you, like, they were when I was in high school, so like I heard them all the time, late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah. So there's an old version of the what was it called, the or if you ever look up the XKCD, he's got some pretty interesting "what if you did this at the speed of light" type stuff, which I thought were really funny. You're really hungry and want to eat a million of something. Yeah, Mitch Hedberg had a joke that was oh, what was that one? I always remember the donut one. I always remember the "here, you throw this away." And then there was another one that he had that just always got me. Oh, he goes, I got yelled at the other day for standing in front of a fire exit. They said I was blocking the fire exit. If you are flammable, you are never blocking a fire. He said something like, if you are flammable and you have legs, you are never blocking a fire exit. Oh man, I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, he like, it's just the idea that, like, how could I, who is going to run because I can start on fire, if I'm in front of a fire? It just, his stuff was so good. Escalator temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. I do like. I got to get some of that sizing stuff right over there, but for like a co-working thing, I could see this being a thing that I threw up, and then I could have, like, over this part that people don't really care about, I could also have the questions going for like the Socratic Linux and stuff. So like that could be going while I'm doing other stuff if people wanted. But I also thought it would be funny to set the challenge so you guys could have like the ability to ask each other questions and stuff. And like, I don't know, somebody could say that their challenge question something they actually don't know how to do. Like, challenge question, or I think a good one would be like, challenge question, what's your best PS tree usage or something, right? Because like, I don't use PS tree, but I could see that being pretty cool, pretty useful. So something like that. Boom. Twitch, what is your best PS tree? So if people use PS tree, they're going to have all kinds of cool things. I did not. That is kind of funny, Inspector. I don't read XKCD actively, but I have some kind of favorite ones that I've just picked up over the years. Because he's probably been doing that for like, maybe 15 years or so. Fashion Nugget. Oh, yeah. So Trevor, it's too bad you're on the YouTube side, because over on the Twitch side they're talking about Fashion Nugget, and then you're working on the Stig viewer. Nice. Oh yeah. Trevor, I actually got picked up. Man, I gotta So I just got in on one of our clients, and I had hoped that. So what happens sometimes is this is the life of being like a contractor. Sometimes, well, I mean, I'm full time with my company, but we contract to different customers, and one of the things was like you show them how to do stuff, right? Like because obviously a lot of these guys are tech guys too, and they want to know how to do it. And it's like if I just come in and do it, and then nobody ever learns, then like what happens when they got to rebuild it or they got whatever. So like a big part of like for me, and I guess not all contractors are the same, but a big part of it for me is like if you bring me in, I want to show these guys how to do stuff. Sometimes that nets a whole lot less work for me. In this one case, in this one thing that happened, it did not net less work for me. Now I have to do all the sticks for this company, which is like one of their guys very sharp. He's working on his doctorate. He he was doing them. I know he was tracking. I know he was following along. Sometimes it's just a lot of work. So like I'm probably gonna end up getting stuck doing a lot of them, which is fine. I don't mind doing it. It's just yeah. I mean, obviously my company charges them, but I mean also it's like they were like, well, we have a whole bunch of extra hours, so we can just we're gonna drop all this on you. And I'm like, all right, well, I mean, this is what I do. I do stigs and I harden boxes for people and that kind of stuff, which is all the stuff we're doing in the security course, guys. That's stuff that I professionally do. But God, it's a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of extra, and it's like I don't know of any easier way to do the work than just line by line in the Stig viewer. Like, you guys know what the Stig viewer is? It's this thing. It's the government thing, right? So this guy, he's kind of bright, I know, but the dark mode's even worse. Trust me. And I just go to like Rel 9. These guys are running. Racking my brain. They're running Rocky 8. Sorry. These guys are running. They're paying for it. They're doing Rel. So then we go checklist and we make a checklist from these files. And then now I've got a checklist, but I'll pull it from their thing. And then I have to go and populate it. And then I got to go check them all off. And I got to give them at the end a hardening score, because I already know that I've hardened the box because I've already run my hardening scripts, my playbooks. But then in here, I've got to get them up to a score. And it's funny, these guys don't actually have a required score because they're in. Make sure I'm not saying anything that's. Yeah. I don't think anything I could say here would be. But they're in healthcare, so they don't require the normal government level of this that I do, but they'd still like it high. And I've already told them like acceptable is 80%, pretty good is in the 90s. Like, and my normal Ansible playbooks get us right to about 92. And then I have excuses. Answers for all the other stuff. So, you've been using Wazoo for that? I used Wazoo in the home lab, and I didn't know that it would do that well of a. I didn't know that it would do that well of a thing. So it's kind of interesting. Or that it would be. I didn't know that I could get the compliance. So I'll have to take another look at that. I have it in the home lab still. It's still up. It's running right now. In fact, I'm just not really doing much of anything with it. So. What's that, Hayes? What is that little thing? I can't see that. I don't know who John Hamm is. I don't ever watch. Hey, Shy Hat, how's it going? We are hanging out right now. I'm waiting for the wife to get home. And what we're doing over there on the bottom left of my screen as you guys are looking at it is you can set the challenge with !challenge, and you can ask any question you want. And then if you want to answer, so if you want to tell me an answer of what's your best PS tree usage in Linux, and if you give me that as a command, if you do answer and then that command, it'll drop it in my Linux box right here and run it. So if anybody's like hanging out and wanting to do that, yeah. But I definitely appreciate the raid. If you guys don't know me, I'm just a guy who does Linux on Twitch and YouTube. I'm a guy who does Linux professionally. Questions that I always get asked, why don't you use Linux all the time then? Well, because I can get into Linux from anywhere. I can do Linux off my phone, guys. I'm a professional. If I have a terminal, I can do it from anywhere, right? So anyways, where I'm going with that is not to be combative with anybody. It's just those are questions I always get asked. Also, I've been doing it for about 22 years professionally, and I've been a college professor for 16. It'll be 17 in December years that I've been teaching people networking, Linux, systems, security, you name it, whatever. So that's me. That's what I do around here. You guys are really just doing whatever. If anybody wants to set the challenge, !challenge, it's on a 2-minute timeout though. So it's first come, first serve. The answers, if anybody does the answers, they're also getting logged over in Loki over there on the right. That's a tool that just does log monitoring stuff, and that's what's going on in the home lab. So answers are, hold on. Let me just try that. I don't even know if we have PS3 on these boxes. It's possible we don't, but I thought I put it on there a while ago. Oh, it's answer. I need to fix that. Yeah, there you go. So there's PS3-A. That's pretty cool. That looks kind of cool. From System D, all these things are running on the box. It's kind of cool. What's I know what most of those things are doing. Hey, I'll show you guys. You guys want to hear something fun while we're sitting around? Oh, we're just sitting around right now waiting for the wife to get home anyways. This GSS proxy, this always comes up in Stig Viewer. Like if I go to Stig Viewer right now, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to drop in the filter panel, GSS proxy. There's definitely a Stig for the GSS proxy package must not be installed unless Mission Essential on RHEL 8. So, you say, I'll just remove GSS proxy. We don't need it. We're not. Who's ever used GSS proxy in all the world? None of us. But you know what that rips out with it? Anybody here ever went fishing and you catch a little fish and you can't get the hook out? I learned this when I was younger, you know. You can't get the fish out, and my dad's like, well, we got to get the hook back. Throw the fish back. Tiny little fish doesn't survive. I'm like, but he lives, right? He doesn't live. Right here, do you know what gets ripped out with GSS proxy on any DNF or YUM? For sure, anything that NFS goes as well. NFS utils and the Red Hat world goes with that. That's terrible. So, when you remove GSS proxy, you need to understand that you are removing NFS as well with it in the RHEL world. I'm not saying that's true of all Linux. I'm just saying for sure on RHEL, and I've done this a lot, and I've had to go fix this a lot for other people. You just have to reinstall NFS utils on RHEL. NFS utils will give you all the client packages. If you do on Ubuntu, it's something different. It's like NFS server - client or something. It's some weird NFS. There's like a longer NFS common - client and NFS common - server. I think that's what those ones are. But anyways, yeah, that's an interesting thing that you like. It doesn't say in there anywhere that it's going to remove that. And most people, when they look at it, they're just going to go rip it out. They're just going to run it. And then you find out that this is like an NFS-based system with like VAST or something like that, let's see, wait, what the hell's the name of that other tool that I use? There's like a newer storage that's coming out that I use on stuff called not Gemini. What the hell is it? I can't remember. Like my brain's drawing a fog right now. I have it in training that I've given to people. I just don't remember. I can't remember the name right now. Anyways, but that's the thing. Anyways, so we have a Discord. We're the professional Linux users group. We hang out. We do Linux. We mostly just mess around. Anybody else got any other good PS3 usage? Anybody got any? Weka. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. It's Weka. Yeah. And what Weka does, it is NFS based, but they're mounting everything through containers. No, it's not Gluster. It's definitely Weka. It was Weka. It's funny because like the first 9 months I was working with these dudes, we were all in a Slack channel. So basically, like with my company, I get pulled into different Slack channels with our contractors, and I was in a Slack channel with Dell and Weka. And for like the first 9 months I was on this one project, I thought that Dell and Weka were the same. Like I thought Dell owned Weka. Because like the Weka guys were always jumping for whatever Dell wanted. So I was like, oh, they're just under Dell. And I don't know what happened where I thought that, but like for a long time I thought that Dell owned Weka, and then I found out later that they don't. They probably will one day. We do a lot of they do a lot of deploys through them. So, in my organization, we specialize in the high performance compute side of things. So it's almost like, I always talk about this idea of modularity. If we were to pull up, I got a drawing here somewhere that I did as an example. This is like a customer example. It's not for any one real customer. It's a hold on. Where do I have that? It was like a networking example I drew for somebody. It's not a real. I'm seeing everything I ever opened in here, and apparently I didn't open this. Well, that makes me sad. I for sure have it saved. Let's go pull up our Excalidraw here. I'm surprised you guys aren't playing. You guys must have run your course on this being interesting, because I would think that it was fun to just send answers into a Linux box, but let me save this. Save this guy. This is the home lab logic drawing. Wipe it, reset canvas. Yep. And then we need to open. Oh, so this was an example. Again, this is not for a real customer, guys. This is an example that I drew for, and actually I need to change InfiniBand to GB. All right, so this is an example that I drew for like a customer. Actually, I didn't draw this for a customer. I do this internally for one of our guys, and then he finished off drawing it for a specific customer. So this is real, but yeah, actually, Trevor, so my InfiniBand over here is 200 gigabits per second, but we have 2 to each of the devices, so we're getting 400 gigabits per second per device as well. And then in like back-end Weka nodes, and in our case, we have like 20 different individual Weka nodes that are all on the system, and then our head nodes and all that stuff. All the different systems. This is an truly air-gapped environment, because you have to jump through the devices to get into the network, and then the gateway switch is also off separate, right? So there's all this stuff. So I don't even remember why I pulled that up for you guys. I was thinking. Anyways, well, where I was going with that is let's say you ripped Weka out of here and it was GPFS. Okay, I can work with GPFS. Do it all the time. Let's say we ripped that out and somebody wanted to go with Lustre, right? It's like a Lego brick. Just pull it out, put something else in. Like the InfiniBand, all that stuff, the different networks, the setup of the devices and use them it's all the same. All that's the same. It's like a modular component piece to change out some other thing. Oh, we're gonna have to modify the way that we do libraries, and I got some guys that do performance and all that stuff, and do all the performance testing stuff. I'm the guy who's down here. I build all the roads out. I set up all the security for all this stuff, and then I blow. I have container images, and I blow those container images out to all my systems. They come up clean. All of our people do our work. Government signs off from it, and we don't ever touch system again. Well, sometimes we touch system again, but that's always like a different contract. So yeah, so that's a network boundary thing, like a network boundary example. I don't, and I was thinking about this. This is one of the major gaps, I think, in the like Linux admin course and Linux security course that I've done for people is I never made people draw stuff. I never made you guys like draw everything out like how you kind of think about it. And I really do think that that's one of the things that would have helped solidify some of this for people, like drawing stuff out. And even it doesn't have to be some deep level understanding of it. It can be like this, but I can apply this to like any system I use. Maybe I have to pivot it, and I have to change some of the names of nodes and stuff, but I can This is a basic network boundary that I have to give sometimes as a artifact for a build. And you say, artifact? Are you an architect? No, I'm an engineer. Just the lines between engineering and architecture and the lines between engineering and administrator, they're so fluid that like, I probably go up into about 60% of what an architect does, and I probably go down into about 100% of what an admin does at my level, kind of in between of engineering. I drew that picture out one time for you guys. I don't know where that is, but but we were talking about it one time, and I was like, yeah, okay, you got admins down here, you got architects up here, and you got us engineers in the middle, but we do all the stuff. We have such an overlap with those other guys. Now, an architect, he ain't getting out of bed to fix shit, so an architect's not doing admin stuff. But an engineer does work up and down. But an architect does sometimes get called out of bed if there's a big engineering problem. But that's because he's got to work with me to get it right. But we almost never get there anymore because we do so much CI/CD that we know something's going to run when we push it, that kind of stuff. Anyways, so. Hayes, you're going to bed? Good. You're probably out of here already, but I don't have my closed captioning up. Normally I'm used to having my closed captioning up, and then we just work through that and work through any extra stuff we have. But yeah, I think all this stuff is there. Guys, we've got a Discord. You guys are always welcome to hang out in the Discord. We've got the books that the guys have been putting together. You guys are welcome to hang out and go. Oh, shit. It's like as soon as I want to touch something, Twitch just starts throwing stuff up in front of it. Super annoying. YouTube does the same crap though, I guess, but there we go. Here's the Discord link if anybody needs it. Put it over on the Twitch and the YouTube side for you guys. Yeah, Ranger. Oh, where did he go? Ranger's not even in bed anymore. We'll creep on Ranger for a little bit until the wife gets home. Oh, maybe the wife is home. She said she was coming home. So can't be too far. She went to one of her friends' brother-in-laws died in a motorcycle accident. So she went to the I don't know what they call that, a wake. It's not really a funeral, it's more like a viewing. Like a celebration of life or something like that. I don't know exactly what they were calling it. People call it different things, but show me an SSH command that. All right, so the answer's been changed. Can you show a reverse shell on port 6000? However, interestingly enough, going through a bastion, that's not impossible, but it's harder. And then also we can block that at the network, right? I don't block it. I don't care what you guys do with your connections, but I'm unconcerned with what people do. Yeah, Ranger's back. Also, I don't think he's going to lay down. Is he? Oh, he's sitting. You say, why don't you think he's going to lay down? Because I can hear the garage door. And I'm pretty sure he's like, wait a minute. That woman's here that gives me free stuff. She's been giving me free stuff for, and then he counts in his head, 14 years. She's been giving me free stuff. He's almost 14, so he's old. He's like, so I'll just lay. Oh, okay, he's laying down. He's like, I'm just going to sit here and look as cute as I can for her and try to get free stuff. That's what he's doing. He's going to. Yeah. Do we see the command used? Did anybody try the command? Nothing. Look at that dog. All right. I probably should drop though. So, since I got raided, I gotta raid you guys off somewhere. We can't leave it like that. Also, I'm gonna snooze this ad, so hopefully you guys don't get an ad before the raid starts. Let's go raid somebody. Let's go find somebody that's doing something fun in the world. Oh, Midnight Simon's on. We always gotta hit Midnight Simon when he's on. So we're gonna raid over there. I appreciate you guys coming. Followers are free, so go follow Midnight Simon. He is probably, I mean, probably one of my favorite guys to watch for like Leak Code and other stuff like that. And he's just a fun guy to kind of hang out with. So we'll go right over there. I appreciate you guys coming by, and I will see some of you guys probably tomorrow night. Take care.